What be up, Domino community? I'm StickTrickDominoDude, and I'm a 19-year-old domino artist from Rochester, New York. What constitutes a good professional domino video? I think that first and foremost, it must have either no fails, or at the very least, the fails are covered up adequately. While in a big setup, you can't always guarantee no full stops because you only get one chance at the fall down. This is something you can control in a screen link. Nothing annoys me more than seeing a fail in a domino screen link. Alright? Now I understand that fails happen a lot when you're trying out new or risky tricks in a screen link. And I know, trust me, it may be tempting to go and try to edit them out. But the sad fact is that most fails cannot be covered up properly. My best advice to you would be to just reset the clip and try again. This is what I chose to do for my most recent screen link, Mind-Blowing Domino Tricks. And now I'd like to take you throughout the entire building process of that video. Strap in! My goal in building was to make something new or different in every clip, and I knew that would involve taking risks in setups. As a result, about half of the tricks I made failed and had to be reset. Although I was able to prevent this from happening a little by testing some of the smaller tricks many times before filming and also making adjustments so that they would work better. This was the case with the triple herringbone chain. There were around 5 or 6 fails that occurred off camera before I had nailed down how to position the sticks. The first time that I filmed the trick was also the first time that it worked. This also happened with the domino falls off direction changer trick, although there was one fail caught on camera before it worked. But neither of those tricks compare to the pain and suffering, which was the up and down domino stairs trick, which took around 8 hours total to get to work. After much testing, taping, measuring, and adjusting by the millimeter, I was ready to film. And even then, the trick failed twice more on camera. It was frustrating at the time how long it took to build a trick with about 50 dominoes in it, but when I saw it back on film, the end result was totally worth it. Now with every project you'll get the occasional fluke. I felt that this trick, which I don't know the name of, would be relatively reliable, but it had 2 fails. I thought it was a good trick, so I just kept resetting until it worked. Then there was this crossover domino wall that I was really excited to try out. I invented the trick, by the way. This fail was unrelated to the trick itself, though. I just made the bottom wall too small. I am glad this didn't work, though, since the color scheme is really bad. On a few occasions building this project, I encountered some good flukes, though. I never thought that the minis on top of regular on top of large trick would work in one try, and while technically it didn't, the impurity didn't take anything away from the trick, so I was okay with using that take in the final video. But what I was really surprised about was the circle field working. I must have spent 5 hours testing that trigger, and it failed almost every time. So I was really surprised when it was successful with the actual circle field. Now, if you didn't already know, there is actually a covered-up fail in Mind-Blowing Domino Tricks. It's the tall wall spiral. So that spiral took forever to set up, and I was not keen on doing it again. So I knocked the rest of it down in a format that might be editable. But of course I'm not the best filmmaker. So I sent the clip over to my good friend, JackofAllSpades98, who somehow was able to make it seem like the clip didn't fail at all. You should go subscribe to his channel right about now. A fail like this, where you can keep the same camera angle and cover it up, is the ideal way to try to cover up a fail. Because these days, a sudden camera change raises some questions. But it's a rare thing that we can adequately cover up. I had this one trick with speed walls that simply couldn't be edited without raising some questions. I chose not to rebuild it just because I felt that I had enough tricks with structures in the video. On that note, the final kind of fail that you need to deal with is in the editing room. Now, I wanted to make this video really good, and only include really good clips. So I wasn't afraid to remove inferior clips from the final cut. To make this possible, I separated my clips into 3 sections with different color connecting lines so that it could still match up. Now to the clips that were cut. You've all probably seen the domino wall shaped like dominoes, falling like dominoes, but usually not a working trick, right? I wanted to combine that technique with the underwall technique. I never thought it would work, so I didn't put a lot of dominoes into it, but for an extra measure, I put some small to larges on top of the structures. Surprisingly, this worked, but watching it back, I felt that the effect I imagined just wasn't there. I filmed a bad camera angle, and the lighting wasn't great either, so I decided to leave it out of the video. Not too sad about that, but what is truly tragic is what happened with this next trick. I wanted to take the half pyramids triggering each other technique and make some sort of field out of it. So the first thing I built was a circle field out of half pyramids, which failed miserably. No big deal, right? Fails happen. So I modified the technique, and it worked better, but it had too many issues to be in the final video. I still wanted to try something with the half pyramid technique, so I made it into a crossover field. I imagined the toppling effect would be like a curtain opening, but this happened. Not wanting to give up, I built the same field again, and this was the result. It was kind of a success, but watching it back compared to the rest of the video, I felt that the effect wasn't there. By this time I had built over 100 half pyramids and I was getting sick of them, so I stopped there. I think that the decision to leave these clips out were helpful in making the video better. The reason I make this video is to show that a quality domino video does not just come from creative ideas, but it takes a little extra patience making sure the details are perfect. If you want to make a domino video worthy of winning a hypothetical award, don't accept the fails and include them in what you want to be a great video. Find out why they failed. Redo the trick, and don't settle for mediocrity. In doing this, you will not only make a great domino video, but you will be a better builder. But of course, you can do whatever you like with your own videos. This is just my personal advice. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe. I'm StickTrickDominoDude, and I'm signing out. Peace!
StickTrickDominoDude, amazing video. I love the lesson and the ideas that you're sharing. You have to keep going, you have to keep persevering, and keep building your tricks until you get it right, because that's really what's gonna make a great video. So, nice job.
Oh, thank you. Happy to help.
And subscribe.
Yeah,
subscribe.
do that.
StickTrickDominoDude.